I remember the ceiling lights first, cold, surgical white, blurring in and out as they rushed me down the hallway. A rupture, the doctor said, internal bleeding. Minutes mattered. But the words that cut deeper than any scalpel came from my mother. "We can't take the twins, honey. We've got plans." Plans. I was on a stretcher, half conscious, and they were laughing in the background, telling my sister not to be late for the concert. The nurse looked at me like she wanted to say something, but didn't. That's the moment something inside me split, not just my abdomen. When I was younger, I used to think love was measured in what people said. My mother said she loved me. My father said he was proud. They told the world they'd raised a strong, independent daughter, never mentioned I paid their mortgage or that every gift they gave was bought with my money. It started small, covering their car repairs, then their vacations, then the emergencies. Every time I said no, they'd remind me how they sacrificed for me. I believed them, until that night. I woke up in the ICU with a drain in my side and silence on my phone. No messages, no calls. The twins, 4 years old, scared, waiting at daycare long after closing, were finally picked up by a neighbor who saw my name in the local alerts. My parents didn't answer. My sister said, "They were tired. You know how they get." Yes, I knew exactly how they got. Painkillers make people say strange things, but I was crystal clear when I made my calls. The first was to a nanny agency, emergency placement, full-time. The second, my bank. Every account with their names attached, closed. Every automatic payment, canceled. They'd see the effects soon enough. 2 weeks later, I was home. Weak, but awake. The twins' laughter was the only sound that didn't hurt. Then came the knock. My father first, dressed casual, like he was dropping by for lunch. My mother behind him, eyes wide, pretending warmth. They brought flowers. I let them wilt on the counter while they spoke. "How are you feeling, sweetheart? You should have told us how serious it was. You know, the credit card isn't working. Maybe there's a mistake?" I let them talk. Let them dig. Then I said it plainly. "There's no mistake. You don't have access anymore." They blinked, confused. My mother's voice cracked first. "You can't do that to us after everything we've done for you." I looked her dead in the eye. "You mean abandoning my children while I was on an operating table?" The silence was sharp enough to bleed through. My father tried to deflect, something about how I always overreact. I reached behind me, pulled a stack of envelopes from the counter. Bills, credit card statements, mortgage notices, all in their names. I'd let them pile up. "I covered these for years," I said. "That's over. You'll have to manage like everyone else." My mother's smile slipped, like her face couldn't decide whether to beg or threaten. "We're family." "No," I said quietly. "We were a transaction." They left in a flurry of disbelief. I watched from the window as my father's hand slammed the steering wheel. My mother cried into her palms, more from losing control than losing me. The house was still. I sat there for a long time, feeling the pulse in my stitches. It didn't hurt, not anymore. The fallout came fast. Their friends stopped calling when the checks stopped clearing. The concert tickets? Turned out they'd bought them with my card. Fraud, technically. I didn't press charges. I didn't have to. My sister called a week later, voice tight, angry. "You ruined them." "No," I said. "They ruined themselves. I just stopped funding the illusion." 3 months passed. I kept the nanny, started therapy, moved to a smaller house, one that was mine, not the one they guilted me into buying near them. Then, one morning, I found a letter in the mailbox. No return address. My father's handwriting. "Please," it said, "your mother's not well. We need help." I folded it carefully and placed it in the trash. For the first time, I didn't feel guilty. I felt free. They say vengeance is loud, dramatic. Mine was quiet, surgical, a clean incision where rot used to spread. And when people ask if I miss them, I just smile. Because I do. The idea of them, the version that never really existed. The real ones are gone, and I survived the operation.